Well, the Lancaster Barnstormers ran into a very hot New Britain Bees ball club over the last 3 days. As you know, it did not go terribly well for our ball club. The Barnstormers gave up 24 runs and did not win one of those games against New Britain. That happens in baseball. The good news, the Barnstormers still lead the Freedom Division by 3 games as we open up a 3-game weekend series here on Long Island. The last time the Barnstormers and Ducks got together, it was the Ducks taking 2 out of 3. The Barnstormers at least trying to turn the tables on them here this weekend. Good evening, everyone, from Bethpage Ballpark. Dave Collins with you as the Barnstormers came up here today, and it was a tough travel day for the Barnstormers Ball Club. The traffic coming through New York City, through the boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens specifically, was rather miserable. So already a long day for this Barnstormers Ball Club, but it's part of the business, and teams survive. Sometimes they actually thrive on what you would generally consider to be adverse conditions. For the Barnstormers tonight, it will be right-hander Brooks Hall making the start. He is 2-2 with a 4.60 ERA. He was not involved in the decision the last time he started, which happened to be our last series here on Long Island. Hall, with the exception of one bad stretch, pitched a brilliant ball game, but he was bitten by 6 straight men reaching base in 1 inning, the third, and those were the only runs he allowed. He gave up 4 runs in 6 innings. Outside of that stretch, he did not allow a walk. He gave up only 3 other singles and ended up striking out 7 that night. No decision. Long Island would pull that game out late. The Hall 2-2, and he's matching up against the player coach of the Long Island Ducks, their all-time leading winner, and a guy who is closing in on the all-time wins lead here in the Atlantic League. That is John Brownell. He's probably another year or so away from reaching Tim Kane's record of 74. Brownell has won 59 games, all with the Ducks here in the Atlantic League. He has become a fixture since originally signing on with the Ducks, coming here from a trade from another league late in the 2012 season. This year, Brownell 3-4, and his earned run average is just about identical to Hall's. Hall 4.60. Brownell will start tonight at 4.61. We've got the night games here tonight, tomorrow, and then 1:35 to wrap up this series Sunday afternoon. And the Barnstormers will be right back home for another week of fun and frolic at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Somerset and Long Island coming in for 7 beginning on Monday night. He's been so busy lately, I haven't had a chance to catch up to Ryan Castile to talk to him. But Ryan is going to sit this one out tonight. It's been a bit of a grind for him. He has done the bulk of the work behind the plate. And I asked Ryan if that was more mentally taxing or physically taxing. So we'll have his answer next in just a moment right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
'18 is the Broken Bat deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat will feature more than 20 local craft breweries and product from 2 local wineries. If something with a little more kick is your adult beverage of choice, a local distillery is part of the Broken Bat as well. Food will be sold off a pub-style menu, so get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
Hi everyone, Adam Dockenauer here for Dockenauer Appliances in East Petersburg. We are as excited as you that it's baseball season, and we are thrilled to once again be partnering with your Lancaster Barnstormers. We are also excited this season to introduce some awesome new appliance colors on display now. Come and see the new colors of slate, black stainless, and black slate. These colors will give your kitchen a great look, and of course, all of them are at the best prices around now at Dockenauer's. I'll be back after the break to tell you about our special Barnstormers summer promotions.
Welcome back to tonight's edition of the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. And joining me tonight is the guy I've referred to quite a bit as the best backup infielder in the Atlantic League. That's Carlos Garcia. And Carlos, this league is chance to play. You're doing extremely well also. I guess we call that depth.
Well, first of all,
Welcome back to this edition of the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. My guest tonight is Barnstormers catcher Ryan Castile. And Ryan, I decided to catch you tonight. You get a night off, and you haven't had one of those in a while, so I guess you enjoy it as it comes.
Absolutely. I've been fortunate to be in there quite a bit here lately, and trying to roll with it. Day off is nice after that long bus ride through New York City, so not a bad night to get one.
Yeah, you're off to a very good start this year, quite obviously. You were going to be splitting the catching chores, and then you ended up handling the duties behind the plate for about a whole week. So, again, this night off comes in handy.
Absolutely. Just happy to be catching again. Last year I didn't get to catch, and just kind of getting back into the groove of, trying to handle a pitching staff and, working with Dela, just trying to help those pitchers out as much as possible. It's been fun. And obviously, when I'm not catching DHing is fun too, but being back there and being a part of the game is awesome every night.
Yeah, because you really have to be in every pitch, and at no other position do you really have to be that mentally tuned in all the time.
Absolutely. You owe it to the pitchers to be locked in every pitch. If you're not, then you're cheating them, you're cheating yourself. So, it's not just my career back there, but you as a catcher, you have their career in your hands. And that's a big responsibility. So every pitch, you don't want to take a pitch off. You want to be ready every pitch.
Is that position more of a mental grind or a physical grind?
For me, mental. I was telling somebody, like, the day I played first base, the next day I was more sore than when I catch. I think catching wise, it's just a stress that comes along with it. Just, that responsibility of kind of jockeying the pitcher throughout 9 innings.
Yeah, but through it all and through getting back behind the plate, you're having a pretty good year at the plate so far. You've got to be really happy with the way things have gone.
Yeah, I'm just trying to have good at bats and, just try to help the team, in the middle of the lineup, expect to drive the ball. I'm just trying to drive the ball and get a good pitch to hit.
As a right-handed batter, have you had to adjust at all to Clipper Magazine Stadium, hit the ball the other way a little more than in the past?
Honestly, no. Usually when I'm going well, I'm hitting the ball the other way. So that's something I've usually, when I'm going well, I'm hitting the ball the other way. So it's not a big adjustment, but I am getting pitched in a lot. So, I'm not trying to take that inside pitch to right field just because it's 300 feet. I'm still trying to drive the ball. So that's been the biggest adjustment, is getting pitched in so much at home.
You handle a pitching staff here. We've got a little of everything. A submarine guy. We've got hard throwers. We've got breaking ball pitchers. It's got to be fun with all the differences and the variety.
Oh, absolutely. Our pitching staff is great. We can throw all kinds of different looks at people, and I don't think a lot of teams can say that, with having all those options for Ross to go to. So it's been fun to get to know those guys and to try to help them as much as I can.
And coming off a series against the New Britain Bees, you saw them a month ago. They didn't have that offense. They've really put their games together, and it had to be taxing for you, taxing for Dela back behind the plate against those guys, because they didn't give up one pitch that whole series.
Yeah, they were locked in from the get-go. We were in every game, but, they early in the game they were aggressive and they were getting some, cheap hits, and then I think they just kept rolling with it and started hitting balls harder. And that's part of the game. You're not going to throw a shutout every time you catch or pitch, but it's part of it.
The teams get hot.
Absolutely. And they got a good lineup. You look at their lineup 1 through 9. They got power, a little bit of speed. They're a good team. So I don't think their record justifies their talent. I think they're a lot better than that record shows.
And part of this league is about making adjustments to the roster. This ball club really hasn't had to do it because we've had this solid team and this great start, but we've seen other teams tweak here and there, and New Britain has, and they've gotten better.
Yeah, I'm surprised more guys on our team haven't gotten signed. We got a great team, but it works out. Our record reflects that. We've been together all year for the most part, and I think as we continue, if we do stick together, we're gonna have a pretty successful run.
You even got a stolen base of your own the other night. You're still a long way behind Sanford and Noel, but at least you've got one.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be a 20 for 20 guy, but I try to get 1 or 2 a year and just sneak one in there.
It's got to be so much fun having those guys batting in front of you, because you step in so often with runners in scoring position.
Oh, it's incredible. Last time we were here, I had a 2 RBI sac fly, which I've never seen in my life. And just the speed is game changing. You get more fastballs. Those guys are wreaking havoc out there. And I've never played with such a fast team, and man, it is speed kills.
Yeah, I've been in this game a lot longer than you have, and I don't think I'd ever called a 2-run sacrifice fly before this year, and we've got 2.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a special talent to have. If only I could have half of their speed, I think it would be beneficial. So
yeah, but then you'd have to sacrifice all that bulk, and it's just you.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
You kind of, in a sense, almost adopted a younger brother. Speaking of that, David Ruckert, our baseball administration assistant, intern, whatever you want to call him, and your relationship is really special. It warms my heart.
Yeah, David is a good dude. I think we connected from the get-go in the batting cage. He just loves baseball, and he's so selfless and working with the guys, and just he kind of will do anything for anybody. We're trying to give him some pointers too on how to be a baseball player. So it's been a great relationship. He's my roommate on the road, and we have some great conversations, some funny times. Me, him, and Trayvon and Tommy. We've all kind of adopted him as our younger brother. So,
Ryan, thanks for taking time out tonight. Good luck, because you may get in this game sooner or later. So stay ready, as they always say. Get your mind right.
That's right. Thank you.
Brian Castile joining me on the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. I'll have the starting lineups in just a moment right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Adam Gockenauer back with you again to tell you that we are back this season with Weber Gas Grills. We have the best selection and prices in the area on Weber, and if you mention this ad, you will receive 10% off all in-stock Weber accessories. Don't forget, we also fill your propane tanks here at the store. Don't waste money on exchanges when you can have us fill your tank and save you money. We are your appliance and gas grill headquarters. Come see us today on Main Street in East Petersburg or on the web at Gockenauers.com.
I'm a chef. Pleasing my patrons' palates is paradise. But lately, when I hear a cheer from the dining room, it's Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Sure, it could be my veggie lasagna, but chances are it's customers picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and you can enjoy it as an appetizer or a main course. Hey, everything tastes better with winning. Keno, it's here. Played at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Here are our starting lineups for this evening's game. For the Barnstormers, it will be Darian Sanford leading off in center. Rico Noel, the second baseman, is batting number 2. The DH, Blake Galen, is hitting third. Casey Hobson will be in the cleanup slot. He will play first base. Trayvon Robinson batting 5th in left. Grant Desmay with the start in right field tonight. He is batting 6th. Vladimir Frias is at shortstop hitting 7th. Anderson De La Rosa will work behind the plate. He will bat in the number 8 slot. Tyler Bortnick batting 9th and playing 3rd. Brooks Hall has the start for the Barnstormers tonight. This will be his 7th appearance, one of them technically not a start. He is 2-2 with a 4.60 ERA. For the Ducks, that big top 4 that we have talked about at length the last time that we were here. Jordani Valdespin leading off at second base. Emilio Bonifacio, the center fielder, batting 2nd. Travis Snyder is in right field. He is hitting 3rd. And soon-to-be 42-year-old Lou Ford is the designated hitter in the cleanup spot. 4 Major League veterans getting things started in the lineup for the Long Island Ducks. And then batting 5th is their left fielder, David Washington. Taylor Ard is batting 6th. He's at first base. Ramon Cabrera will bat 7th and catch. Cody Puckett is the third baseman. He is hitting 8th. And the shortstop in the number 9 slot is Dan Lyons. John Brownell will take the hill tonight. He comes in with a record of 3 wins, 4 losses, an ERA of 4.61. It is his 8th start of the season to go along with 1 relief appearance. Barnstormers and the Long Island Ducks opening up a 3-game weekend series. These 2 teams will meet again next weekend at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Ducks coming to Lancaster for 4 beginning on Thursday. In between those series, Lancaster will be entertaining the Somerset Patriots. And remember, with the Ducks in town, the Ducks will be in the barnyard. It will be Farm Show weekend at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Coming up the 22nd through the 24th. That will include Peppa Pig, and George. We've got a hat giveaway next Friday night and fireworks on Saturday. So all kinds of fun at Clipper Magazine Stadium on that next homestand. And hopefully the weather will be beautiful like it has been here the last couple of days. We can all enjoy that time together. So it's the Barnstormers and Ducks coming your way next right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Find stories that will inspire and surprise. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. See all that the Hall of Fame and Museum has to offer and plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
It's a beautiful night, albeit a little bit breezy and a little bit cool still up here on Long Island. Temperatures got up to the low 70s here today out on the island, and it has cleared off. We had a lot of cloudiness early on. The U.S. Open Golf Tournament taking place about 20 to 25 miles or so to our east at Shinnecock Hills, but not the only sporting event on the island here this weekend. The Barnstormers and the Ducks in this 3-game series starting here this evening. Brooks Hall and John Brownell, the opposing starting pitchers. Bob Atone introducing the contingents on the field. We've got a couple of color guards and a Field of Dreams team out in shallow center field. Momentarily, we'll be turning it down that way for our opening ceremonies here tonight. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Please rise, remove your hats and caps for veterans. We invite you to salute on this Friday night. The one on the left is very proud to present the Spring School. They're from East Hampton, and they will lead us now to the singing of our national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark, home of the Long Island Ducks, the 19th season in the Atlantic League for this Long Island franchise. And even though this is not an original franchise to the league per se, if you know the story, it is more or less the franchise around which the Atlantic League was initially designed. Right-hander John Brownell has been here for at least a third of this franchise's history. Brownell is from Omaha, Nebraska, 6'3", 215 pounds. He is now 34 years of age. He will turn 35 in 13 days. 59 wins under his belt here in the Atlantic League. This season, 3-4 with a 4.61 ERA. He has allowed 43 hits in as many innings, 22 earned runs. Brownell has walked 18, and he has struck out 30. Backing him up defensively, Cody Puckett will be at third, Dan Lyons at shortstop. They are a couple of longtime veterans here with the Long Island Ducks as well. And Jordani Valdespin in his first season in the Atlantic League, the one-time New York Met and Miami Marlin. He is at second base. Taylor Ard, who's been a great addition to this Long Island ball club, will handle the chores at first base tonight. Moving David Washington out the left. Emilio Bonifacio, another big league veteran, is in center field, and the same is said of Travis Snyder. He is in right. The catcher tonight is Ramon Cabrera, and he too has spent time at the major league level, just like the New Britain Bees, the Long Island Ducks, with 12 players that have major league experience. The umpiring crew this evening, Warren Nicholson will be calling balls and strikes. John Grasso will be handling first base, and a guy with whom we're not familiar, Mel Cheatham, is going to be the umpire over at third base. Darian Sanford, Rico Noel, and Blake Galen ready to lead things off for the Barnstormers here tonight. The sun continues to take over here on Long Island. Mostly cloudy day, but now blue skies overhead, the cloudiness drifting past the ballpark, and the sun is definitely out. Right field is the tough sun field here at Bethpage, currently occupied by Travis Snyder. Darian Sanford leading off for the Barnstormers. Darian at 269 with no home runs. He has driven in 16 on the season. Sanford coming into play tonight on a 5-game hitting streak. He is 8 out of 20 over that stretch, and it's also a stretch which has brought him 5 additional stolen bases. Puckett at third, Art at first base will come in to take away the bunt, and Valdespin is about halfway back as well on the right side of the diamond. First pitch to Darian, cut on and fouled back for a strike. It is 0-1. Brownell throws largely over the top. His out pitch can be a 12-6 curveball. 0-1. Next offering, and there is the big hook. It is high. Ball 1, strike 1. The count on Sanford with second baseman Rico Noel waiting on deck. Noel failed to get a base hit last night. That hasn't happened terribly often this year, and he's never gone back-to-back games without a hit. We'll see if he can take care of that pretty quickly. Breaking ball again. Swing and a miss by Sanford. Brownell works ahead in the count at 1-2. Corner infielders back up some with 2 strikes in the count. The outfield shallow and around to the left against Sanford, who chokes well up on the bat. Fastball up and in. Darian bats 2-2. It'll be a while before the lights are turned on here, but it gets earlier. It gets dark earlier on Long Island, I should say. There's a ground ball the other way down the line. That's fair. Inside the bag. Racing over after it is Washington. He'll collect it. Here's a throw into second base. The slide by Sanford. Darian in with a double going down the third base line. He's got 2 bases. The Barnstormers are underway here tonight. Just the 4th extra base hit of the season for Darian Sanford. As I was trying to say, it gets dark earlier on Long Island than it does back in Lancaster because we're far more to the east out here. So the lights will come on in short order, but still very bright out on that field. Rico Noel will step in. The second baseman hitting .364, no home runs, and 13 runs batted in. Of course, the question always is Sanford going to run? Brownell will have to hold him at second base. Sanford out to a lead. Brownell's going to come to the plate, and Rico looks at a strike. It is 0-1. A leadoff 2-base hit for Sanford. His streak alive at 6 games. Trayvon Robinson has the longest active streak on the ball club at 7. 0-1 to Noel. The set by Brownell. Here is the pitch. A check swing as it bends low and outside. Ball one, strike one. Then you get left-handed batters, Blake Galen and Casey Hobson. Well, the Barnstormers with a great opportunity to score the first run here tonight. 1-1 the count to Noel. Brownell looks back at Sanford, looks again. He's going to come to the plate, and a very quick move to the plate. Sanford hasn't been able to break for third. A called second strike on Noel. To Rico, it is 1-2. Last night, 0 for 4. He flied out twice, struck out in the third inning, and was robbed on a diving play by Davidson Romero on a smash to the left side in the eighth inning off the left-hander Josh Outman. Sanford still not sure quite what Brownell is up to. Brownell with a head fake, and Sanford was going back into second. Barnstormers do not want to lose this leadoff runner out of scoring position. Sanford for now in check. Brownell glances back. Sanford will stay put, and ball two is a little too close to Rico Noel. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Noel's only been hit twice this year. He seemed to have a target on him last year. This season, that has been Vladimir Frias. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Noel, a guy who can hit the ball to all fields. Brownell now will bluff Sanford back to second base. Lyons sneaking in behind. There wasn't a lot of daylight to make a throw, but still a bit of a scare for Sanford. He will definitely split the focus of any pitcher on the mound when he's occupying the bases. 2-2. The count to Noel. Here's the pitch, and ball 3. Wedged in there again between Noel and the inside corner. A full count pitch coming up. We have yet to see Sanford break. Brownell has done a good job holding him, and he seems to have a nice quick move to the plate, which makes a huge difference. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Noel. Runner stays put again. Ball 4 is high. Now, you certainly have the possibility of the double steal with Sanford and Noel. They've done it on a few occasions this year. 27 steals for Sanford. Noel has 23. Designated hitter Blake Galen stepping in for Blake. Another opportunity with runners in scoring position. He is tied for the league lead with 36 runs batted in on the season. He has at least 1 RBI in 8 out of the last 9 games. A total of 11 runs batted in that stretch. Sanford and Noel take their leads. Brownell will come to the set, and his pitch to Galen is over but low. Ball 1, no strikes. Casey Hobson, the Barnstormers' first baseman, waits on deck. A chance for the Barnstormers to strike early. You've got the burners on the bases, Sanford and Noel out there. The set, Brownell to the plate, and he misses again, ball 2. That's 5 in a row out of the strike zone from John Brownell. Galen digging in. He's hit safely in 4 in a row and 8 out of those 9. Brownell to the set, and he finds the range. Galen takes that. It is 2 balls and 1 strike now. He did have an RBI, did Galen, in the game. He did not get a hit. That was a week ago tonight against the Road Warriors. Here comes the 2-1 into the dirt for ball 3. And still Sanford not able to take off. Brownell doing a masterful job checking the Barnstormers' running game here, but the flip side is that he has lost the range at home plate, and that can be partially, anyway, attributed to Sanford as well. 3 balls, 1 strike to Galen. Lions again bobbing in behind Sanford. No throw made. Leadoff ground ball double. Just snuck inside the third base bag by Sanford. Noel is followed with a walk. Galen up there, 3-1. Brownell comes set, and he's going to bluff Sanford back once more. We saw this last night when Sanford reached base 2 outs into the third inning. Rainey Lara threw over there 5 times before Noel ever saw a pitch. 3-1 to Galen. In the zone, the count full, 3-2. Do the runners take off here? Galen has been prone to striking out, I would say, somewhat more often this year than in the past. 34 strikeouts for him. Runners take off. The 3-2 is a line drive that is fumbled by Lyons, and he will throw across the diamond, not get anybody. That had a chance to be a triple play if Dan Lyons holds on to it. Sanford and Noel were on the move, and Galen hit a line drive right at the shortstop Lyons, and I don't know if Glare got to him. That's a triple play and an inning killer if Lyons makes the catch. Instead, he drops that line drive, and the Barnstormers have the bases loaded for Casey Hobson. What a turn in this inning. To the positive for the Barnstormers, here is Hobson. He's just 1 out of 7. Brownell to the plate, swinging a little foul right at the dish. It is 0-1. Trayvon Robinson on deck, and then Grant Desmay. With the runners on the move, it is absolutely a triple play if Lyons makes that catch. It could have almost been an unassisted triple play. The setup was perfect for it. 0-1. Hobson tries to hold on the swing and does. The pitch broke low. Ball 1, strike 1 on KC. In his third game since coming back from the Class AA Richmond Flying Squirrels. Here's a 1-1 offering, almost hit by a fastball up and in. 2 balls and a strike to Hobson. Sanford's at third. Noel is at second. Galen, the runner, at first. Barnstormers almost had a horrible break and then get a big one. On the flip side, 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball right side. That is stabbed by Ard. They'll get the out at second base, and that'll be all a run scores. Taylor Ard with a diving stop on the right side keeps that from getting through. Home to score is Sanford. Noel reaches third, and Galen is forced 3-6 at second base. Trayvon Robinson coming to the plate. Robinson at 285. He has 1 home run. He has driven in 16. The Barnstormers' lack of success with the bases loaded continues. They get 1 run home, but they have not had many bases loaded hits. Galen had 1 to drive in a couple of runs here recently. Now with men at the corners, here's the pitch to Robinson upstairs. Ball 1, no strikes. Now, in one sense, the Barnstormers are fortunate to have a run on the board. They crave more here. Noel and Hobson take their leads. 1-0, the count to Robinson. Trayvon with a bounder foul in back of the plate. The count to him levels at 1-1. Grant Desmay waits on deck. Desmay hit a ball early last night that would be a home run here, I believe, although the wind is blowing in from left, which is not terribly common. And that would be a north wind here on this late spring Friday. 1-1. Robinson tries to hold on the swing. He cannot do it. The pitch was high. 1-2. Robinson more inclined to bail than anything else on that pitch, but he brought the bat around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trayvon trying to get Noel home from third base at the very least. Infield set, double play depth. Brownell working out of the stretch, comes to the plate. That sails high. Cabrera with a leaping stop. 2-2 here. 25 pitches already offered up by John Brownell in the first inning, but the Barnstormers have not made him and Dan Lyons pay a hefty price yet. 2-2 to the belt and to Robinson. That's in the dirt. Ball 3. It's blocked by Cabrera, but he will not be able to keep Hobson from going to second. Two men in scoring position. Robinson bats 3-2 with Desmay looming on deck. It has been an eventful inning. Barnstormers looking for that big blow. Just a single now would take care of a lot. Payoff pitch to Robinson. Popped up, carrying foul and out of play. Over on the third base side, Trayvon gets another chance to do the damage here. The middle infielders are playing back. Kevin Baez says, it's early in the game. I trust my offense to make up a 2-run deficit. (3-2) again due to Robinson. Brownell to the plate, and it's popped up another time. Scrambling back, Cabrera. He's not going to have a play. The ball up into the screen. Still 3-2. The Road Warriors remain at Sugarland tonight. It'll be a while before they get started. York is at Southern Maryland, and New Britain is taking on Somerset. 28 pitches for John Brownell. He has 1 out in the inning. Runners at second and third for the Barnstormers. 1 run home. 3 balls, 2 strikes, once again due to Trayvon Robinson. The pitch popped up once more. Back and out of play. Robinson looks to get a ball to the outfield here. It does not have to be hit terribly deep. Not with Noel at third base. A base hit would be even better. Fly ball or a ground ball to the middle infielders. Either one will get this run home. 3-2 to Robinson. Brownell delivers, and that's chopped foul. Trayvon sticks around. 30 pitches already thrown by Brownell. He's just on his 5th batter. Nothing's been hit hard. Sanford's double squirted inside the bag at third, leading off the game. He has scored. 3-2. And again to Robinson. Bouncing ball to the second baseman. Valdespin will handle and throw. It's good enough to get a run home. Well, the Barnstormers with a couple of productive outs here in the first inning. And they have their second run on the board. Grant Desmay steps in with 2 outs and Hobson over at third. Desmay 0 for 4 last night, but he had a couple of very deep fly balls. On top of that, Grant struck out and hit a soft liner to short, a broken bat line drive that ended the ball game last night. Hobson leads off third. Here's the pitch to Desmay, and Grant will sky this out to center. Emilio Bonifacio there to make the catch. So the Barnstormers are able to pick up a couple of runs in this inning, but again, no killer blow. 2 runs with 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base at the end of a half inning. It's the Barnstormers 2, Long Island coming up.
You're totally probably safe to ride on your spare for what, 6, maybe 9 months?
Don't trust the wrong advice. Get the right tires at the right price right away. It's what we've been doing at Jack Williams Tire right here in Pennsylvania since our family started this business back in 1929. Because doing things the right way is just the Williams way. Get the right tires right now at jackwilliams.com.
Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu. Brooks Hall staked to a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Jordani Valdespin will be leading off for the Long Island Ducks, left-handed batter all the way. Valdespin having a marvelous season here on Long Island. He's batting .345 with 4 home runs. He has knocked in 23. Hall, 6 feet 6 inches tall, out of Anderson, South Carolina. As a Barnstormer, he is 2-2 in 6 appearances, 31 1/3 innings. He has allowed 34 hits. He's walked only 8, and he has struck out 31. His ERA 4.60. Anderson De La Rosa setting the target. First pitch strike. It was gauged the entire way by Valdespin. He never intended to swing. He just stood and watched. Barnstormers are wearing their bright neon green warm-up hats. There is a bunt, chopped toward first. Going to be a tough play. Hobson, backhanded feed to Noel, hits the runner. And a bunt single for Valdespin as he gets a bunt single on somewhat of a Baltimore chop down the first baseline. And flew past Hobson's attempt at fielding the ball. Casey shoveled it backhanded to Noel and missed the mark. That's a bunt single to get it underway. And now Emilio Bonifacio, the center fielder, comes to the plate, 286 hitter with 16 runs batted in. Valdespin, 7 for 9, stealing bases on the year. We've mentioned De La Rosa's catching. Hobson at first, Noel at second. The left side has Vladimir Frias at short and Tyler Bortnick at third. The outfield, Trayvon Robinson, Darian Sanford, and Grant Desmay here tonight. The pitch to Bonifacio over at the knees, a called strike. It is 0-1. Well, that was an effective bunt single, but I would have to say an unusual one. We've seen the last time we were here, a couple of balls on full swings chopped out in front of the plate take extraordinarily high bounces, and that bunt did as well. To Bonifacio, here's the 0-1, swinging a foul ball over on the third base side, trying to chase it down is Bortnick, but he will not get there. Ball up into the seats on the third base side, 0-2 on Bonifacio. Somewhat of a strange top half of the first inning. It's been the Barnstormers' MO. You would have to certainly say this year, to score runs on outs. They've done it so often with sacrifice flies, ground balls, and they get a couple of RBI ground outs in the first inning of this game, but never delivered that big RBI hit when they had the chance. No balls, 2 strikes to Bonifacio. Valdespin stays close, pitch high and outside. And it is ball 1. Travis Snyder, a right fielder, another longtime major leaguer, and another left-handed batter waiting on deck. Bonifacio is, in fact, a switch hitter. Quick throw to first. Valdespin had not wandered far off the bag at that moment anyhow. Hall has thrown a first pitch strike to both batters so far. Runner goes, 1-2 pitch is hit high and hit pretty well out to right center field. There is a play, though, for Desmay. He is there to make the catch. A long throw in back of Valdespin will not be there in time. Bonifacio retired on the fly out to right center. Travis Snyder to the plate. Snyder at 274 with 5 home runs and 31 knocked in.
Travis Snyder,
Brooks Hall working to get outs here. He doesn't like walking people. He has given up 8 bases on balls in the 31 1/3 innings coming into tonight. And he knows the last time he started, which was 9 days ago here, he got himself in trouble walking the first 2 batters of the inning. That was the third, and then gave up 4 straight singles. First pitch misses to Snyder. Ball 1, no strikes. All to the set and the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Bobbled by Frias. He recovers, takes it to the bag himself, throws to first in a double play. Nearly catastrophic at shortstop, but Frias, after juggling the ball, actually never let it touch the ground again. He raced to the bag and then fired to first, doubling up Snyder. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base at the end of an inning. 2-0 in favor of the Barnstormers.
Localflavor.com, local flavor, localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Vladimir Frias leads off the second against John Brownell. The Barnstormers' 2-run lead holds as Brooks Hall coaxes the double play ball out of Travis Snyder. Cody Puckett up on the grass over at third against Frias as well. Vladimir hitless last night, 344 for the season. And first pitch to him comes back across the plate. Brownell didn't hit Cabrera's target at all, but he gets the strike. It is 0-1. Catcher was set up outside. The pitch got the inner part of the plate. Now Frias with a swing and a foul ball back. Very quickly, it is 0-2 here on the Lancaster shortstop. Anderson De La Rosa and Tyler Bortnick following in the Barnstormers half of the second inning. Lancaster would like to experience a comfortable lead. Nothing has been anywhere near that out of that New Britain series. 5-1 2 nights ago, not comfortable. 1-2. And to Vlad, this is chipped down the left field line. Chasing is Washington, and he will not catch up to that in foul territory. Frias back to the plate at 1-2. Brownell is having a difficult time getting through the Barnstormers, much like our staff did against New Britain the last 3 nights. Lancaster pitching through 28 innings of that series. Through the baseball somewhere around 560 times or more. 2-2 now to Vladimir as Brownell misses low. Brooks Hall is going to need to throw some innings tonight as well. That first inning will help. 2-2 to Frias. A fly ball out to left should be easy for Washington as he glides toward the line. He'll make the catch. Brownell has gotten the better of 5 consecutive Barnstormers hitters, even if it has taken him a while to accomplish it. Here is De La Rosa. Anderson down to 232. He's looking for his first hit in the month of June. He is 0 for 13 in June. He missed a few days. Came out of a game early the last time we were here. He had bounced his average up to 275 with that hot streak the second half of May. He'd gone 15 out of 32. Brownell to the plate. De La Rosa watches it come in for a strike called. 0-1. 2-0 Barnstormers here in the second inning. RBI ground outs by Casey Hobson and Trayvon Robinson in the first. Fouled over on the right side. De La Rosa trails 0-2. Wind pushed that back up into the crowd. Were it not for the wild pitch that enabled Hobson to go to second base, Robinson's ground ball might have been a double play. It was the little things for the Ducks in that top of the first. Now 0-2. De La Rosa looks at strike 3 called on the outside corner. Brownell gets him with a breaking ball. First strikeout for the right-hander tonight. Tyler Bortnick will check in. Bortnick at 207. He has 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in. And if you're looking not at batting average solely, but at on-base percentage, on this ball club, Frias 1, Noel 2. We'll skip Carlos Garcia because he really hasn't played enough. And the first pitch nails Bortnick. We have a 2-out base runner here in the second inning. You heard the oohs and the ahs in the background. My point was Bortnick is actually up among the club leaders in on-base percentage. He's aboard here. Darian Sanford to the plate. Sanford doubled and scored in the first inning. Chopping a ball down the third baseline. And not all that many hitters would have been able to get 2 bags out of it because David Washington was playing shallow and toward the left field line. He was on that ball quickly. The pitch to Darian. Over for a strike called. It is 0-1. Sanford showing bunt here, and always have to keep in mind that is a possibility. You might also see Bortnick try to steal. He's 8 for 12, and if he fails, you have Sanford leading off the next inning anyway. Up and away, Darian bats 1-1. 44 pitches now thrown by Bortnick. Two outs in the inning. Did I say Bortnick thrown by Brownell? 1-1. Off the plate to the inside. The edge goes to Sanford. 2 balls and a strike to Darian. So now Brownell has uncorked a wild pitch. He has hit a batter. He's given up a hit. He's given up a walk. Lancaster has the 2 runs on the board. Sanford bats 2-1. Bortnick leads off first. The pitch to Darian. Strike 2 at the knees on an over-the-top fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sanford. Lancaster looking to get back on the winning trail after that series against New Britain. It simply did not go well. Bortnick takes off. The pitch is outside. Cabrera in great shape to make a throw, but he skips it into center field. Bortnick will hold on at second. He's got his 9th steal as Cabrera had a good pitch to handle, but Bortnick had an even better jump. Cabrera had to rush the throw and bounced it into center. Now a runner in scoring position for the Barnstormers. Darian Sanford bats 3 balls and 2 strikes. And they'll even back up against him here. They don't want a ball getting through to the outfield. Bortnick off second. Here's the payoff. Sanford line drive right at Taylor Ard. The final out of the inning on a solid line drive. The Barnstormers finding leather. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0 Lancaster.
We can't help but always want more, especially on the road. More horsepower, heightened handling, elevated design. Get more out of your drive with the Lexus IS. Bold styling, track-tuned handling, available 311 horsepower. Experience the exhilaration of the IS 350 and IS 300. Available in F-Sport and all-wheel drive. See Bobby Rahal, Lexus and Mechanicsburg.
Enjoy weekends with the Barnstormers all season long. Every Friday evening home game will feature a different giveaway ranging from t-shirts to beach towels to backpacks. On Saturdays, enjoy the best entertainment doubleheader there is with Barnstormers baseball followed by fireworks. Sundays are fun days at the ballpark. Get autographs from some of your favorite Barnstormers players and play catch on the field before the game. Once the game is over, it's a Domino's Pizza Kids Base Run. Call 717-509-HITS to order your tickets or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com and we'll see you at the ballpark. Lou Ford leads off against the Barnstormers here in the second inning. He had 6 hits in the 3 games the last time we came through Bethpage Ballpark. He just never slows down against the Barnstormers. 253 for the year for Ford. He has hit 4 home runs. He has driven in 29. Brooks Hall into his motion. First pitch strike in on Ford. 0-1. It was Darren Ford with the winning blow for the New Britain Bees last night. A leadoff home run off Matt Reynolds in the 9th. Line down the right side and fair by Ford. He just never lets up when the Barnstormers are in town. He'll gallop into second with a leadoff double as Desmay fishes it out of the corner. He is unbelievable. A career batting average against the Barnstormers up around 400 for Lou Ford. David Washington to the plate. He is a slugger. 258 with 7 home runs, 23 runs batted in. He was held hitless the last time the Barnstormers were here. He played in 2 of the 3 games. He went 0 for 7. Runner at second base here. Nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. The Hall pitch is skied the other way, racing over Robinson, and that ball finds its way off the field of play. No balls, 1 strike to David Washington. As I mentioned, 0 for 7 the last time we were here. 5 of the 7 at-bats resulted in strikeouts. Brooks Hall would not mind one here. Lou Ford already in scoring position, nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. His 10th double of the season. And again, he turns 42 later on this summer. No balls, 1 strike. And to Washington, hard hit ground ball right side, handled by Noel. Rico to first. That will retire Washington. Ford advances to third. He's there with 1 gone. Taylor Ard will step in. The signing of Ard, one of those little things that can happen after the beginning of the season that can really make a ball club. He plays the corners in the infield. He's got a good glove and a very strong bat. 263, 4 home runs, one of those against the Barnstormers on our last trip, and he has knocked in 11. Lancaster keeps the infield back, leading 2-0. Runner at third is Ford with 1 out. And the pitch to Ard gets the plate for strike 1. Hall is throwing strikes, and the Ducks are swinging early in the count for the most part. A lot of room in right center for Ard. He's being played to pull. Big swing and a foul tip here. 0-2. Ramon Cabrera, the catcher, a switch hitter, is due next. A strikeout would come in handy here. No balls, 2 strikes to Ard. All ready to go. The pitch is bounced toward third. Bortnick's going to go to first and get the sure out as Ford scores. 5-3. It's another RBI out in this game. That's been a theme. Ard chops to third. Bortnick opted not to try and get the out at the plate. Probably the smart thing. Now with 2 outs and the base is empty, Cabrera will step in. He's batting .264 with 5 runs batted in. Lou Ford rises up and strikes the Barnstormers once again. His birthday is August 12th. He'll be 42 years old and the Barnstormers still can't get him out. Chopper towards second. Noel will charge, shovel it out of his glove. They'll get Cabrera, a slower runner. A double followed by 3 straight groundouts. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. At the end of 2 at Bethpage Ballpark, the Barnstormers lead 2-1.
I'm a chef. Pleasing my patrons' palates is paradise. But lately, when I hear a cheer from the dining room, it's Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Sure, it could be my veggie lasagna, but chances are it's customers picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and you can enjoy it as an appetizer or a main course. Hey, everything tastes better with winning. Keno, it's here. Played at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Enjoy a weeknight with the Barnstormers and leave with your wallet largely intact. Come on out on Munchie Mondays for all you can eat nachos, dogs, fries, popcorn, and soda for 2 hours. Or how about Koozie Tuesdays, where fans of legal age can enjoy $2 domestic drafts from 6:30 to 8. Bring your dog on Wiener Wednesdays and enjoy delicious dollar dogs as well. Or on Thrifty Thursday, popcorn is just $1, sodas are $2, and lawn seats are only $3. Call 717-509-HITS to order your tickets or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. And we'll see you at the ballpark. Rico Noel to start off the Barnstormers half of the 3rd inning. He drew a walk and eventually scored back in the 1st frame. Lancaster now with a 1-run lead. Double and a couple of groundouts, producing the run for Long Island. Barnstormers a similar story in the top half of the 1st inning to get 2 home. Infielders pinch in against Noel. He looks at a breaking ball that misses, 1-0. Brooks Hall has only thrown 16 pitches the first 2 innings. Brownell already is at 49. Noel, ground ball just wide of 3rd, foul. That could have gotten inside the bag just like Sanford's did in the opening inning. Instead, it's 1-1. Rico testing his bat and doesn't seem sure. Testing it again. There's a crack. He finally heard it for sure. Heading back for a new piece of lumber. Noel will be followed by Galen and Hobson. Lancaster trying to extend the lead with the big part of the order up here in the 3rd inning. Again, Ryan Castile getting the night off. He's been handling the bulk of the catching chores. And this is the first game he has not started since May 31st when he came in and took over at first base. The second game of a doubleheader. High and outside. Noel bats 2-1. Stolen base for Bortnick back in the 2nd inning, just adding another to the lofty team totals of the Barnstormers. Swung on and missed. Noel faces Brownell at 2-2. Lancaster now with 98 stolen bases on the year. Next high ball club, Somerset with 52. Sanford has 27, and he has outstolen Southern Maryland, New Britain, and the Road Warriors. To Noel, 2-2 offering. He swings and misses. Brownell chalks up his 2nd strikeout. Blake Galen to come to the plate. Galen reached when his line drive was dropped by Dan Lyons out at shortstop back in the 1st inning. It could have been a triple play, maybe even an unassisted triple play. He definitely would have gotten the first two had he been able to hang on to the line drive. It was up about eye level, it seemed, from here. Breaking ball, a strike to Galen, 0-1. Brownell appears to be hitting stride. Lancaster still has only the one hit, the leadoff double by Sanford. The next offering, big breaking ball missing away. Galen will face a 1-1 count. Tough time of night to hit. The shadows are right about at the pitcher's mound. Galen doesn't find that, though. A drive deep down the right field line. Way back it goes. Will it stay fair? It does. A home run for Blake Galen. His 8th of the season, and he's back ahead of Castile for the club lead. And the RBI streak continues for Blake as well. Galen still a couple days from the franchise record, but he's driven in a run now in 6 consecutive games. He's given the Barnstormers a 3-1 lead with that long ball. Galen finding this ballpark very much to his liking. The last time we were here, he homered in each of the first 2 games of that series. Here is Casey Hobson. He drove in a run on a force play ground ball. First time up. Takes a ball inside from Brownell, 1-0. 3-1 Barnstormers, top half of the 3rd inning. And Hobson, ball 2 below the knees. It is 2-0. Galen's ball started to hook, but I think it stayed fair by a good 10 feet down the line. Hobson trying to match it, swings and misses. I think he went after what would have been ball 3. 2 balls and a strike. Trayvon Robinson waits on deck. The motion, the 2-1 upstairs. Casey works it to 3 balls and a strike. His timing doesn't seem to be there right now. 3-1 pitch, and he hits a fly ball to right field. Backing up on this, Snyder. He's got room, though. He'll make the catch just ahead of the warning track. Hobson retired for the 2nd out, and Trayvon will step in. Robinson grounded out to drive in a run back in the 1st frame. The Galen home run pushing the Lancaster lead back to 2.
Trayvon Robinson, number 21.
Barnstormers last night had their first multi-home run game in June. They haven't been hitting many. Inside, a ball to Robinson, 1-0. Galen and Castile, and that's pretty much been it. Robinson, huge swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Terdoslavich had gone a while since his last home run. Check later on to see if he's in the lineup tonight for the Binghamton Mets. 1-1. Brunell pulls the string, swing and a miss by Robinson to get to a 1-2 strike count. Here's the motion. Brownell to the plate. Little floater out the shallow right center. That's going to be in for a base hit. He got enough of it to clear Valdespine, and nothing the outfielders could do about it. Trayvon Robinson aboard here in the 3rd inning. Grant Desmay steps into the batter's box. Grant went after the first thing he saw back in the 1st inning and hit a routine fly ball to Bonifacio out in center. Barnstormers with a runner on, 2 outs here. Brownell comes to the set. Robinson starts off first, holds, and a ball is taken outside by Grant. Desmay 0 for 5 since his return to action. He had batted safely in 4 out of his first 5 games after the inordinately long layoff. Bit of an interruption to his professional career of 8 seasons. 2 balls and no strikes. Robinson again with the lead off first. He stays put. Ball 3 is low and bounces past Cabrera Robinson motors into scoring position. And I believe that will go down as a wild pitch, charge to Brownell. Second misfire between the battery mates here tonight. We'll mark it down as such anyway, and indeed it is. But Desmay bats 3-0. Vladimir Frias waits on deck. They probably still will choose to try and come after Grant here. Robinson leading from second. Here's the pitch. It's high, ball 4. Desmay picks up the 4-pitch walk. That gives Vladimir a chance. Frias fly to left field back in the second inning.
Vladimir Frias, number 1.
Robinson at second. Desmay, the runner at first. And a long night developing for John Brownell. Right-hander to the set. First pitch to Frias is a called strike. It gets away from Cabrera, but Robinson decided not to take the risk. He'll hold on at second base. Frias had 6 hits on our last trip to the island. 6 out of 11 with 1 run batted in. Looking to pick up some runs here. The Barnstormers are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position in this game. Runners lead off first and second. Frias takes a ball off the inside corner, 1-1. Brownell has missed the strike zone 32 times in 2 2/3 innings. Just don't see that from him very often. 1-1 to Frias. Swing, and he drives the ball out to right. This is carrying some. Snyder back. Snyder to the fence. He reaches up and he makes the catch for the final out. Vladimir Frias coming up just short of what could have been a game breaker, and such is life for the Barnstormers right now. They do pick up the run on the solo shot by Galen. 2 hits with no errors, 2 men left on base. Bottom of the third coming up. Lancaster is up 3-1.
That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Our visit.
Learn from the pros right here in Lancaster. The Lancaster Barnstormers are offering 2 3-day-long youth clinics this summer with instruction on pitching, hitting, fielding, and base running. Each session, led by veteran professional players, will last from 9 until noon with lunch to follow. Choose from June 19th to 21st or July 24th to 26th. So learn what it takes to succeed on the field and off. Call the Barnstormers office at 717-509-HITS or go to LancasterBarnstormers.com. Space is limited. Act now.
Introducing the all-new Lexus RX 350L, designed for room. Room for a power-folding third row. Room for up to 7. And room for the unexpected. The 3-row RXL. It's the RX with room for more. Experience the innovative RXL and RXL Hybrid. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
RX 450HL arriving spring 2018.
Cody Puckett leads off the bottom of the third for the Long Island Ducks. 261 hitter with a home run and 11 driven in. Brooks Hall has gotten 5 outs on ground balls. One of those doubling up. That's 4 ground balls per se. Called strike in on Puckett. It's 0-1. Hall has missed the strike zone twice so far. Next offering, and Puckett with a soft flare that will be run down by Vladimir Frias. Frias back into his right. Able to latch on. One retired. Dan Lyons stepping in. Lyons at 176. He has a home run. He has driven in 15. His error back in the first inning opened the way to a couple of Barnstormers runs. Those 2 runs unearned against John Brownell. Frustrating for Frias with that deep fly ball out to Travis Snyder up against the fence in right. First pitch, a strike at the knees on Lyons. It's 0-1. 5 feet more, and this is a 6-1 ball game. Instead, Frias just a long fly ball out that produces nothing. Thought it had a chance. Popped up, shallow right field. Desmay coming on, calls off Noel. Grant has it. That's out number 2. And it will bring on Valdespin, who bunted for a base hit, leading off the night for Long Island. 20 pitches the first time through the order for Brooks Hall. 2 away here in the third. He was pitching like this the first 2 innings anyway. His last start here. Pitch to Valdespin. First strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Hall has been getting ahead in the count, forcing Long Island to go for his pitch. De La Rosa setting the target. 0-1 on the way. Valdespin, another high bouncer. That's been his specialty. Frias, bare hands throws. Doesn't get him. Valdespin has developed the knack of just swinging down and getting these Baltimore chop base hits in this ballpark. That is his 9th base hit against the Barnstormers, and virtually all of them have been on infield choppers. The Barnstormers are going to have to counter that. Bring on Emilio Bonifacio, who flied to right field back in the first inning. He deliberately swung down on that ball. Hit the high bouncer to Frias. Vladimir did everything humanly possible. Barehanded play, strong throw. Valdespin still beat it out. Throw goes to first base. Hall chases Valdespin back. Danny Valdespin on a 10-game hitting streak. I mean, he's their version of Darian Sanford. I mean, it's not like Valdespin hasn't displayed power. He has 20 extra base hits. There he goes. Swing and a ball launched out to right field. Desmay racing back. It's going to be over his head and out to the wall. This should score a run. Valdespin on his way to the plate around second, and holding on there with an RBI double is Emilio Bonifacio. It's 3-2. The only difference between the ball Bonifacio just hit and the ball Vladimir Frias just hit was not quite as much elevation. Now Travis Snyder can tie up the game. One of the things that sometimes can be a concern with somebody throwing as many strikes as Brooks has been is that the opposing teams will start measuring it, and it might actually behoove him to miss the strike zone from time to time. Snyder grounded into a 6-3 double play back in the first inning. 3-2 our score. Bonifacio at second base with 2 outs here. And to Snyder, it's in the dirt. Just my point. Knocked down by De La Rosa. Ball 1 and no strikes. But maybe throw pitches just a little bit off the plate. Not quite like that. Bonifacio yanking the ball over the head of Grant Desmay and out to the wall and right. Valdespin was running with the pitch. He had no trouble scoring. 1-0. High and outside now to Snyder. 2 balls and no strikes. And guess who's looming on deck? Lou Ford. Ball is carrying very well to right field tonight. The flags look like they're blowing straight in from left, but to watch the ball travel, it looks like it's blowing more left to right or perhaps even straight out to right field. 2-0 pitch on Snyder. This is skied on the left side. Going back is Frias. Coming in is Robinson. Vladimir takes it for the final out. The lead, at least part of it, holds. 1 run, 2 hits with no errors. And there was 1 man left on base. We've come to the end of the third. It's the Barnstormers 3 and the Long Island Ducks 2.
Like craft beers, local wines? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right, all new for 2018 is the Broken Bat deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat will feature more than 20 local craft breweries and product from 2 local wineries. If something with a little more kick is your adult beverage of choice, a local distillery is part of the Broken Bat as well. Food will be sold off a pub-style menu, so get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
AMT Concerts presents Rock at the Park Festival, Saturday, July 21st, featuring sets from Fuel, Eve 6, Sister Hazel, Long Beach Dub All-Stars, Fastball, and more. Rock at the Park, Saturday, July 21st at Clipper Magazine Stadium, Lancaster. Tickets on sale now at rockatthepark.com.
Three runs on 3 hits, no errors, and the Barnstormers have left 4. And for Long Island, 2 runs on 4 hits with an error and 1 man left on base. Anderson De La Rosa leads off this the 4th inning. Batting in the 2nd, he struck out looking against John Brownell, one of 2 Ks for Brownell so far tonight. Right-hander into the windup, pitch to De La Rosa upstairs, ball 1 and no strikes. Meanwhile, Brownell has been laboring through this game. Barnstormers have not taken full advantage of their opportunities. A check swing, they'll ask for help and get it at first base from John Grasso. De La Rosa bats at 1-1. The last 2 at-bats with runners in scoring position, the Barnstormers have hit the ball very hard, but haven't been able to get anything down or through or over. 1-1, De La Rosa with a swing and a miss. Brownell has him at a ball and 2 strikes. Bortnick and Sanford following in the Lancaster 4th inning. Anderson having trouble getting his timing back. He was so hot the second half of May. Here's a 1-2. Brownell is upstairs. Ball 2 and 2 strikes. The return throw to the mound gets away from Brownell and has to be chased into center field by Valdespin. Shadows have crossed the field, and now pretty much everybody but Snyder is in shadow among the defenders. Here's a 2-2. De La Rosa holds as ball 3 is high. A full count. Brownell has been in a lot of trouble. The Barnstormers leading 3-2, but they still haven't had that really big hit all night. To De La Rosa, here's the payoff pitch. This is popped up near home plate. Off the mound is Brownell. He'll concede it to Puckett at the last minute. De La Rosa retired on the pop to 5, 1 down, and Tyler Bortnick steps in. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. Brownell is durable. That we know, but at this rate, I can't see him going much beyond 5 innings tonight. Barnstormers could use Hall to go 7 or 8. The bullpen got used up in that New Britain series. Breaking ball back to the inside corner on Bortnick. It's 0-1. In case it wasn't terribly clear late last night about the stats, 21 of the 24 runs scored by New Britain in that 3-game series were against left-handers. fouled away. They did not score against a right-handed reliever. Schumann, Brazoban, Munson, Steven Johnson were all very successful in that series against the Bees. Steve Johnson had the best of the three starts. 0-2 now on Bortnick, and that barely misses the outer edge. Ball 1, 2 strikes. Darian Sanford, the on-deck batter for the Barnstormers, leading 3-2. And to Bortnick, foul ball back over the screen and up to the back of the seating bowl. We stay with a 1-2 strike count. Barnstormers have managed the 3 hits, a double by Sanford, a home run by Galen, a single by Robinson. Long Island has 2 doubles and 2 infield singles by Valdespin. All has neither walked nor struck out a batter in this game. To Bortnick, next offering, ground ball pulled foul past third. Borty having one of those stubborn at-bats here against Brownell. We saw so many of these out of New Britain the last 3 nights. One ball, 2 strikes, a couple of 2-strike foul balls. Brownell back to the plate, bounces this one, 2-2. Five more feet for Vladimir Freyas last inning, and this game has an entirely different complexion. 2-2 on Bortnick. He looks at ball 3 high, another full count from Brownell. He walked Noel in the first. He walked Desmay last inning. 3-2 to Bortnick here. And the Brownell pitch is high. Tyler Bortnick picks up another walk. The third given up by Brownell, the 25th issued to Bortnick this season. 1 out, 1 on. Sanford to the plate. Darian is doubled in line to first. Lancaster with its 8th base runner of the game. Brownell comes set, and to Sanford. Swing and a miss here. No balls and a strike. 3 hits, 3 walks, a hit batter, and an error. Bortnick stole a base back in the second inning. Lancaster closing in on 100 steals for the year. Brownell comes to the belt, and a Sanford 0-1. Darian shows bunt, gets a second strike onto the outside corner. And that takes a lot of pressure off the defense. Noel on deck. Throw goes to first. Bortnick back in standing. JB coaching there, and Ross Peoples at third. No balls, 2 strikes to Sanford. Brownell ready to go. There's a line drive into right center field, a base hit. Bortnick is going to pull up at second as Bonifacio gets to it quickly. Darian Sanford's second hit of the ball game, and Noel bats with 2 men on.
Second baseman on the other, Rico Noel. Number 11.
Have to break down the numbers for Sanford pre and post Lasting's Millage visit. He is 10 out of 23 since Lastings showed up last week. 2 on, 1 out. Noel digs in. Bortnick doing his best to distract Brownell out of the plate, and a first pitch strike to the inside corner. Rico bats 0-1. Lancaster needs to make something out of this. Again tonight, 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Some balls hit hard. Lancaster needs to pick up some RBI hits. Noel bats 0-1. There's a throw behind Bortnick. Coming over to cover was Valdespine. Tyler back in. $13 runs batted in for Rico Noel on the year. He had 3 in the New Britain series. 1 strike, and there's another throw behind Bortnick with Valdespine coming over to handle it. If the Barnstormers don't wear Brownell down one way, they'll try another. One strike, the count on Noel. Galen waits on deck. Runners lead off first and second. Brownell comes to the set. A long look back at Bortnick. Now a second one. Finally, time called at home plate. Rico Noel has had enough. Top of the fourth. Lancaster up 3-2 here tonight. To Noel. This is lifted out to right center field. Little trouble for Bonifacio, and then he lets Snyder have it. Bortnick comes halfway and then heads back. Noel retired on the fly out to right. So it is up to Galen here in the fourth inning. Blake has reached on an error, and he is homered. The Barnstormers just can't get this offense locked in. They're having individual good at bats, getting a lot of base runners, but the timing of the hits just not there to produce the big run totals. It's not like they're in some team-wide slump and not scoring at all. They had 13 runs in that New Britain series. They have 3 on the board here tonight. Here's a pitch to Galen, popped up foul, straight back and out of play. You really can't say too much about last night. The Barnstormers never had multiple runners on base, but they certainly did on Wednesday and failed to take advantage of some opportunities there to really jump into a huge lead, especially after Gervasio walked the first 2 batters in the 7th inning. Ball into the dirt. Galen stands in at 1-1. Casey Hobson on deck. Bortnick, the runner at second. Sanford aboard at first. Blake Galen, at least for the moment, the league RBI leader, awaiting the 1-1 offering. Brownell to the plate. That's bounced as well. And Bortnick left his position at second quite a ways and then had to hold up as Cabrera made the stop. But Cabrera had a hard time getting the ball off his chest protector. And with that, Bortnick never got a throw back to second. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count on Galen. 3 home runs in this ballpark for Galen this season. Two-1 from Brownell. Galen with a smash into right field, a base hit. Bortnick is going to be waved around. Snyder will throw all the way through to the plate. That is not in time. Back into second goes Sanford as Cabrera cut that ball off ahead of the plate. Galen, an RBI single. The Barnstormers back to a 2-run lead for the 3rd time tonight. It is 4-2 now. Blake Galen drives in his 2nd run of the game. Sanford and Galen occupy the bases. Here is Casey Hobson, who has driven in a run with a force play ground ball, and he's flied out to respectably deep right field. Galen coming up with the RBI base hit. 2 outs, 2 on for Hobson. There's a throw behind Sanford at second. He is back in. Have to figure that Darian may be itchy right now, but you've got Casey Hobson batting, 2 outs in the inning. It's not really the time to try to steal third base. Trayvon Robinson, the on-deck hitter. Brownell to Hobson. Casey rips it foul down the first base side. We talked about that, and Casey just off on the timing. it seems like every ball he has hit hard these last 3 nights, he's been out ahead of and pulled foul down the right field line. And that's just a timing issue. 1 strike to him here. 2 men on, 2 men out. Brownell comes to the set, and time is called. It's the Sanford factor. Darian's probably the reason that the Barnstormers play on average longer games than most other clubs. To Hobson, swinging a fly ball again to right field. He didn't get all of it, though. Snyder back to the track, and he'll make the catch. Well, that's 2 innings in a row where the Barnstormers have had a ball caught in deep right field for the last out with 2 men on base. Well, they just can't quite get that big hit. They do get a run in the inning on 2 hits with no errors. 2 runners left on base. 6 for the ball game for the Barnstormers, and now we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Lancaster 4 and Long Island 2.
You're totally probably safe to ride on your spare for what, 6, maybe 9 months?
Don't trust the wrong advice. Get the right tires at the right price right away. It's what we've been doing at Jack Williams Tire right here in Pennsylvania since our family started this business back in 1929. Because doing things the right way is just the Williams way. Get the right tires right now at jackwilliams.com.
Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu. Lou Ford leads off the bottom half of the 4th inning. Lancaster once again ahead by 2. Brooks Hall into the motion. He misses high to Ford. Ball 1-0. Ford doubled into the right field corner. Back in the 2nd and came around to score on a pair of ground ball outs. Brooks comes back with the 1-0. Misses badly outside and low. Ball 2 and no strikes. David Washington on deck, and then Taylor Ard. Barnstormers have had base runners all over the place, but they have not been able to bust things open tonight. 2-0 pitch finds the location on the outer edge. 2-1. Hall coming with a fastball there. Defense straight away against Ford. Here's a 2-1. Bouncer back toward the hill. Hall will play it on 2 hops, throw to first. An easy play. Ford no longer able to run all that well. 1 out, and Washington will step in. He grounded out 4-3 in the 2nd inning. Hard hit ground ball. Flagged by Noel just a little bit toward his left. And Taylor Ard now in the on-deck circle. Hall will bring it home high off of De La Rosa's glove. Ball 1 and no strikes. David Washington, we talked about him quite a bit when we were here just a week and a half ago. He is a big fellow. He's listed 6'5", 240. And he packs some kind of a wallop. The motion, Hall back to the plate, swinging a foul. 1-1. That one back past the feet of both De La Rosa and Warren Nicholson, the home plate umpire. New supply of baseballs Brought out to Nicholson. One out here in the fourth inning. The difference in the number of pitches thrown is astronomical, especially when you consider it's a 4-2 ball game. Brownell has thrown 97 pitches through 4 innings. Hall, through 3 1/3, has thrown 32. Washington bats 1-1. Brooks misses away, 2 balls and a strike. I think Brooks has taken my advice, not that he could hear me, but missing the strike zone a little bit more often. Here's a 2-1. Washington swings and misses. That appeared to be off speed. 2-2. It dove down and in on the left-handed batter. Lights have been turned on. The shadows creep up the right field wall. The only spot left here at Bethpage Ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Washington. And Hall barely misses the outside corner here. 3-2. By the way, 6 putouts for the Long Island outfielders tonight, following 16 for New Britain's trio last night. 3-2 offering, lined and foul down the right side. Washington hooked it, didn't miss by much. 3-2 the holding count. Obviously, Brooks has not had too many deep counts in this game, but Washington forcing him all the way here. Infielders play Washington to pull. The outfielders are straight up. Payoff pitch is ball 4, high and outside. Brooks Hall giving up the base on balls. Now Taylor Ard will step in. Ard grounded out 5-3 back in the second inning. Last night it was Jonathan Galvez for New Britain. He had 8 putouts. Tonight, Travis Snyder has 4. The Barnstormers have yanked, in my mind, 3 either just in front of the warning track, on the track, or to the wall that Snyder has hauled in. And those have been with runners on base. Washington takes off. The pitch is low. Nobody covers second base. And heading to third is David Washington. He'll get the steal, and we'll wait to see to whom the error is charged. I've got to think early it may go to De La Rosa, but you can't fault him for that. The throw was right over the bag. Nobody there to cover. And that should be manager's discretion. Who was missing the assignment there? Noel and Frias looked at each other. A runner moves 90 feet away. Ultimately, I don't think that's Anderson De La Rosa's error, but we'd have to see on that one. Ard takes a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. That's blown coverage. Defense again back with the runner at third, 1 out in the 2-run lead. Ard sizzles a foul down the left field side. 1-2. E2 is the default on a play like that until you ask the ball club. Nobody was there to handle the throw. It was vacant. Washington, with his 6th steal of the year, is at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Taylor Ard. Ball has not struck out a batter yet. Time called. Ard will back away. Lancaster 4 and Long Island 2. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Ball to the plate. Ard yanks it down the left field line, but that will go foul as well. We continue at a ball and 2 strikes here. Washington up the line from third. The Barnstormers will let him score on a ground ball. Similar play got Ford home 2 innings ago. And a 1-2 pitch down and away. Good stop made by De La Rosa. And he didn't stop it with his glove. He stopped it, it looked like, with his right leg. Now 2-2. Again, Washington comes up the line from third. Taylor Ard digging in with a count of 2-2. Hall to the plate, and Ard spoils a breaking ball, fouling it up to the Skyboxers over on the first base side. We stay at 2-2. 2-2 once more to Ard. Hall to the plate. Ball 3 misses wide. Ramon Cabrera, the catcher, waits on deck. And all of a sudden, Hall is having trouble throwing strikes. It's gone from almost one extreme to the other. 3-2 is due to Ard. This guy has terrific home run power. And the payoff pitch. He got him, a swing and a miss. It was down around the knees and around the inside corner. Ard cut over the top. Big strikeout. Washington stays at third for now. And here is Ramon Cabrera. Grounded out to Rico Noel on a chopper back in the second inning. Lancaster 4, Long Island 2. Bottom of the fourth inning. Hall working to keep it there. Here's the pitch to Cabrera, taken for a strike, 0-1. All 26 pitches in the first 3 innings. He has thrown 19 here in the fourth. Oh-1 to Cabrera. Delivered low. A ball and a strike. De La Rosa has saved the run once. More or less a kick save with Ard at the plate. 1-1. Cabrera waits the pitch, fouled back to the screen. Hall 1 strike from getting out of the inning and preserving the 2-run Barnstormers advantage. 4-2. We've only had 2 scoreless half innings so far. The Ducks first and the Barnstormers second. Hall trying to achieve a third. Cabrera batting 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's 6 for 14 against Lancaster. Here's the Hall pitch. Just inside, 2-2. Brooks wanted that one. He took 1 step toward the dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes. Cabrera batting. Cody Puckett, the on-deck hitter. And Hall's offering, smashed to second, and Noel can't handle it. It gets through into shallow right field. The lead cut back to 1. Rico Noel trying to make the pick to the backhand side. That ball gets through. Cabrera drilled it into that area where Rico at times has trouble. And that's the backhand side, not away from his body, but near it. It'll be a hit for Cabrera. He'll get an RBI. That run, I believe, for now will be unearned, but it's a 4-3 ball game. And here's Cody Puckett with a runner at first and 2 outs. Hard hit by Cabrera and a handcuffed Rico. First pitch strike to the outside corner. It's 0-1. Barnstormers cannot put this game away. They've had chances to score big 2 innings in a row, a fly ball to the warning track or the wall for the final out with 2 men on base. Now to Puckett, 0-1. Foul ball whistled straight back. Strike 2. In this inning, Hall gives up a run. He could be out of it. The Barnstormers have blown coverage up the middle on a steal attempt by Washington. I'm not saying that a good throw would have had him, but at least he would only have been at second base. No balls, 2 strikes to Puckett with 2 outs. Cabrera is not going anywhere. The pitch popped up behind first base. Long way over for Desmay, long way over for Noel, and that carries up into the crowd. 2 strikes, the continuing count on Puckett. Lancaster 4, Long Island 3, bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes the 0-2, and he hits him. Cody Puckett hit by the pitch. Dan Lyons bats with 2 men on base. Hall so close to being out of this inning without a run scoring. That third out will not come, and we have said this repeatedly, it seems, over the last few days. Ross Peoples is going to call time and pay a mound visit, and our friend the keyboard cat shows up. Lions fly to right field back in the 3rd inning. 2-out RBI double last inning by Bonifacio. This inning, the 2-out RBI single by Cabrera off Noel's glove. Lancaster got a 2-out RBI single by Blake Galen in the top of the inning, but as I said, the Barnstormers tonight, they're 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. For the most part, the outs have been very loud, nothing getting through in those key moments. Lyons steps in with Cabrera at second, Puckett at first. You don't have to concern yourself terribly with speed here. But a base hit could still tie this ball game, and how frustrating would that be? With all the good at-bats, all the good swings the Barnstormers have gotten in here. Far less for the Long Island Ducks, but they got a chance to tie it up. Tyler Bortnick had to take care of some business. I wonder if a ball got loose onto the field down the left field line. It was out of my line of sight unless I looked around the edge of the window here. 2 outs, 2 on. Lyons, who's done so much harm to the Barnstormers over the years, stands in key moments, not all around like Ford, but just in key spots. High off the glove of De La Rosa. That'll be a pass ball to move runners to second and third, and now a single could give the Long Island Ducks a lead here in this 4th inning. The Barnstormers, to some degree, have imploded here defensively. Blown coverage, a hard-hit ground ball that, with Cabrera running, even if Noel had just knocked it down, he could have picked it back up and gotten the out. And now a pass ball. Lions up there at 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch down and away, stopped by De La Rosa. It's 2-0. Jordani Valdespin is the on-deck batter. Hall was brilliant for 3 innings, 26 pitches. The 4th inning is a different scene. Dan Lyons bats 2-0, Cabrera at third, Puckett at second. 4-3, Lancaster still up by 1. Hall to the plate, and it's ball 3 to Lyons, 3-0. This is not the time you want to use that open bag at first. 3 balls and nothing. Lyons sees a strike here. It's 3-1. 32 pitches thrown by Brooks Hall in the bottom of the 4th inning. He has walked a batter. He has hit a batter. He has struck a batter out. 2 runners currently in scoring position. And again, a single could put Long Island into the lead. Here's the 3-1. Bouncing ball pulled foul over toward the Lancaster dugout and, in fact, through the opening and down the steps. 3-2 now to Lions. Hall could really use this out. At the moment, Washington's run is still unearned. Payoff pitch coming. Lions swings and misses, but the ball gets away from De La Rosa. Anderson has to throw to first, and it's there just in time. Strikeout 2-3, and the Barnstormers maintain the lead by a whisker here in the 4th inning. It is 1 run across, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left in scoring position. We'll go to the 5th. The Barnstormers trying to strike again. It's 4-3 Lancaster.
And Raleigh striking for section 110. Make some noise in 110. Remember that thing for Raleigh.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me. Are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh, yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Come on, everybody. Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
John Brownell is done for the night. He goes 4 innings, allows 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned with 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Now Jake Dunning takes over on the hill for the Long Island Ducks. He'll face Trayvon Robinson, who's 1 out of 2 with an RBI tonight. Dunning, 6'4", 220-pounder from Fleming Island, Florida. 29 years of age. He shares a birth date with Lou Ford, August the 12th. Inside, ball 1. 1-0, the count to Robinson. He'll be followed by Grant Desmay and Vladimir Frias in this 5th inning. The Barnstormers have been able to hold on to the lead, but it's been scary. 1-0. Robinson taking a pitch down low, 2 balls and no strikes. This game is extra frustrating because of how well the Barnstormers have actually hit the ball in key situations, and they haven't been able to come up really with the big hit. Flyouts to the warning track, lineouts to infielders. 3-0 now to Robinson as Dunning cuts the feet out from underneath him. Jake Dunning in his 11th game. He is 1-3. His ERA is high. 25 hits in 20 1/3 innings. He's walked 12, struck out 12. Robinson has the green light. He swings and misses. And we go to 3-1 here. Barnstormers are nothing if not aggressive. The motion, Dunning back to the plate. Big swing and a miss again by Robinson. And it's 3-2. I would have to say the Barnstormers probably have to score again tonight. I don't think you want to try and hold this Ducks offense down without scoring for 5 additional innings. Can it be done? Yes. Will it be easy? No. 3-2 to Trayvon. He'll get the walk. Ball 4 is low. The Barnstormers get their leadoff man on here in the 5th inning. 4th walk picked up by the offense tonight. Here's Grant Desmay, who was fly to center, and he's picked up a walk. "97 pitches thrown by Brownell in his 4 innings of work tonight. He hit 1 batter. He threw 2 wild pitches. Lancaster has something brewing again. Robinson starts, doesn't go. A ball outside and low. Cabrera bluffs a throw to first. Trayvon back in. Robinson 7 for 8, stealing bases on the year. I mean, the Barnstormers are halfway through this game, and they've only swiped 1. That's below the quota. Bortnick has that, his 9th. 1-0 to Grant Desmay. Dunning will deliver, and it's fouled off down the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike, and it's completely cleared out overhead. No clouds except well beyond the center field wall here. And we're going to get to that tricky time of twilight, and you want to be the team at the plate when that happens. The Barnstormers have lost a game here. A week and a half ago on 2 pop flies, lost in the twilight in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Robinson's going to go. There's a chopper right to the bag at second. How immensely unfortunate is that, as Valdespin handles that ball right at the bag before Robinson arrives.